Maybe. Oh, there we go. All right. Hi, Ellen. My name is Tyler. I'm one of the athletic training students here at Manchester. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What sport do you play? Tell me a little bit about school and everything.
I'm a volleyball player.
Nice.
I'm an outside hitter. I'm a setter on occasion. I'm an athletic training undergrad student.
Nice.
So kind of know what happened, but like not really. It just really, really hurts.
Okay. So what brings you in today?
In practice,
Okay.
I went up for a block and I came down and I like opened to the court and like I just landed on the outside of my ankle and like it went like that.
Okay, so it rolled in.
That hurt.
Did that hurt?
Ankle.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you came down and you landed, did it roll all the way under to where the bone almost hit, or do you really not remember?
I don't know. I fell down. I feel like it went like that, but that probably should have damaged something else.
Okay, so you would possibly saved it a little bit.
Yeah, I hope so, but I just felt it hurt.
It's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you feel or hear any pop or anything, or did you just kind of?
It like felt like when you like crack a knuckle, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
But like I don't think it was out loud. I think it just kind of like I felt it.
Okay. Now, obviously, you've been playing volleyball for a while. If you're playing in college, have you heard anything like this before?
When I was in like grade school, I was going up for a hit and came down on a ball that got rolled under the net.
Okay.
That's why you don't roll balls under the net.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, like that, it was fine. I just wore brace.
More brace, yeah. Okay. Do you remember any pain from that one? I know it's been a few years.
I mean, it was the other ankle, but it wasn't visible outwards.
Okay, that was a lot worse. So,
Yeah.
Did you notice any swelling that happened?
It's like a grapefruit.
Is it a grapefruit?
Right now.
You kind of have a sock on, so it's kind of hard
Yeah, no,
for me to tell.
it's rough.
Is it
Kinda
rough?
big. It's starting to turn funny colors.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I tried to take a picture of it, but I'm not flexible enough.
Doesn't that happen? You should play volleyball. You should be a little bit more flexible.
This.
All right.
It's my IT band.
Okay.
Not.
Right. Have you taken any ibuprofen, any pain medicine, or tried to ice?
I mean, I just came out of practice, so I popped a couple of ibuprofen in the locker room and came in. I can't really walk.
All right. So, okay. Well, luckily, you came straight here after practice, so probably shouldn't have taken the ibuprofen since it just happened. But we'll see if that helps.
It hurts.
I know it hurts. So hopefully that ibuprofen starts to kick in and will reduce some of the pain. Obviously, you'd say there is a little bit of bruising there, so hopefully it's not too much bleeding in there. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and move on with my exam here. So I'm just going to have you start with doing some basic range of motion to see how far you can go, see how much pain that it's going to cause. I know it might be a little painful. So when I'm having you do this, I want you to go as far as you possibly can until you experience pain. So I know it's going to be a little painful. So if you can try to pull your toes, rest on me. You can try to pull your toes towards you at all. Is that as far as you can go? Okay. Now, what about moving down? Does that cause as much pain? Can you go down a little bit farther?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't wanna.
I know. So when you're pulling back, is there more pain than when you're pushing down?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Kind of just all hurts.
kind of just, well, if it's as swollen as it is, I can kind of understand that. So now we're going to try this with an ankle. Not going to be pretty. Can you move it in or out at all? As far as you can go. It's as far as I want you to go. What about me now? With that swelling, I know it's going to stop. You can't move that out at all. Okay.
That's not happening.
That's not happening at all. All right. Is it okay if I take your sock off?
Yeah, that's not.
I've done other sports. I've experienced the smell. Oh, yeah.
Look at that tan line.
There is a nice little tan line there outside from the zone.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
So yeah, there is quite a bit of swelling here. So, did you notice this right when it happened, or did it kind of just slowly start to come?
Well, I remember you aren't supposed to take off like your shoes,
Right.
Like right when you
Yeah.
get hurt. But then all we had was serving left at the end of practice.
Okay.
So I served, and then I took off my shoe in the locker room
Mhm.
and put on my slides. and it like was a nice little balloon.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you, with being an athletic training student undergrad, you didn't know that you're not supposed to take that stuff off because it does have that compression in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and feel around here. Do you have any pain here on this inside at all? Mention in here at all? Okay. No? All right. Now, what about right in here? A little bit?
I don't like that.
You don't like that? What about if I move down here?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, nothing? Nothing at all? All right.
No, I don't like that.
If I were to move back a little bit.
Please, but it's not as bad.
Okay. So obviously this right here was the most painful spot. So I could put a little pressure here and not get much.
I'd rather you not do it again, but yeah.
I understand. I understand. But so luckily we do have that in an isolated area. So you do have 3 ligaments right in here. You'll learn about them when you get to your lower evaluation course. You have your anterior talofibular, your calcaneofibular, and then your posterior talofibular. Where a lot of your pain is right now is the calcaneofibular ligament. I hope I can talk. Right now, with a lot of this swelling, there's not much more that we can do. So we have a couple different treatment options for you right now. Because you have so much of this swelling and a lot of discoloration, we can either put you in a walking boot to try to reduce the pressure that you're putting on your foot, or we can fit you with a horseshoe and an ACE wrap to try to push some of that swelling up. So hopefully either tomorrow or the day after, we can get this taken care of. I'm leaning towards that grade 2 CF sprain just because of the way you came down. Since you did come down on the inside of your foot and roll all the way in, that's where you're putting a lot of that strain on that secondary ligament. So out of those 2 options, what one would you prefer?
I don't want to walk.
You don't want a walking boot? Okay, so I understand. So hopefully that horseshoe will really help try to get some of that swelling out. We're also going to go ahead and ice you too, just to try to reduce some of that pain again. With the ibuprofen, hopefully it'll kick in and it won't be as painful. When it comes to walking, just try to walk as normal as possible. If you need crutches, you can use them. I know you don't like the walking boot. I know you don't necessarily like crutches either, but it might help just to get some of that pressure off of that. Now, if it is that CF sprain, which is what I'm thinking, there are a couple of different treatment options you can do as well. So along with using that boot and along with using that ACE wrap or horseshoe, we're also going to want to do some strengthening of the bone or the muscles that are around, just to try to give a little bit more support for those ligaments. So once that swelling is down, is that something that you would want to do just so it possibly doesn't happen again? I know it happened with the other one a while back. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be practicing for the next couple days. I know.
Not like at least pepper pass.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
something.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, as long as you're not moving a whole bunch, you can do whatever you want. Obviously, we'll be out of practice. We just had some stuff that went on in the AT room. That's why we weren't out originally. So as long as you're just staying stable, so maybe if you can do, just a regular serve, do you jump serve? Can't remember.
I do, but if I can, I won't.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's a drill where they're doing like serve control or passing off of the serve, and you can just do a regular standing serve, that's totally fine. Because I want you to keep with as much of your fundamentals and techniques as you can. So as long as it's not a whole bunch of moving, absolutely. Staying involved as you can during practice. That's something that we want to do. And then once the swelling goes down and once the pain starts to go down, we'll actually start doing your rehab, not only in the athletic training room before practice, we can do it out of practice as well. So you can still keep that dynamic. And then hopefully, within maybe, if it's a grade 2 plus, it might be, 3-4 weeks. Where if it's more of your grade, 2 or 2 minus, it might only be a week or 2. But if you keep up with your rehab that we're going to be doing, so a lot of stuff with TheraBand, a lot of stuff with body movement and gait. So I'm going to keep up with that. You might be somebody who heals really quickly. We might be able to get you, right out as soon as we can to start getting you back in, and then you might be able to get back before the next big game. Like that. Okay. Well, definitely. We'll go ahead and get you that ACE wrap and the horseshoe. I'll show you how to do that. And then, as long as you come back in tomorrow, if that swelling's down, we'll do a more thorough evaluation to see if that is indeed the ligament that is bothering you. And then once we do that more full evaluation, we can definitely start you on rehab. We want to start as soon as we possibly can. So hopefully it's nothing too crazy, but if it just happened, we can't really do much right now because it's the grapefruit. So it's pretty ugly. And if the swelling doesn't go down, we can also do kinesio taping. So we used that before.
Is that weird tire tape stuff?
Basically.
Am I about to burn my stripes?
Yes. So if the horseshoe doesn't work, we can put some of that kinesio tape on there, which is going to lift the skin, which might help get that swelling out as well. We're going to start with the horseshoe just to get the majority of that swelling out. So. You okay?
I keep taking ibuprofen.
Yes.
Is there anything else I can do, at all?
You can ice it.
Speed this up.
You can ice it as well. So if you're noticing that the ibuprofen isn't working, you can ice it 20 minutes every hour. You can also do a little bit of range of motion at home if you would like. If the pain is down, if the swelling is gone, you can start to do a little bit of that, and then just try to walk as normal as possible. Because if you try to walk as normal as possible and don't limp, it might start to heal better on its own. And when we're doing rehab, it's just going to constantly speed that up. So if you can pretty much just do everything as normal, so all your normal daily activities with very limited gait, or with very limited altered gait, it's going to be a lot better for you than if I were to actually throw you on crutches, because it might slow down that process.
I live on the 5th floor. I will not use crutches.
Fair enough.
I'm telling you that now.
Fair enough. So yeah, so as long as you can do stuff with very minimal pain or very no pain, I'm okay with it. So if you feel like you can start moving, feel free to move. So just make sure you are taking that ibuprofen. And you have ice in your residential? Somewhere. You can probably find it.
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as if you need the ice, you can feel free to ice. So hopefully that's one as well. All right.
Cool.
Hopefully we'll get you taken care of.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.